how's it going, folks? This particular emotion that I'm going through now, it is something that I don't understand. Why am I like this? And I spoke to my landlord last night about it, and it's because I was connected. Maybe I got bitten by the snake and venom. That's the aftermath. And really underestimate, for the past 2 days, my emotion goes up and down. And it was really nothing about like separation, like your emotion goes up and down. But this particular one, it's something that I don't know why. I don't know the mixed emotion. That's what I can say. And I felt like it's horrible or bad, whether it's like fear of missing out or revenge or power. It can be all sorts of like that. It all comes through your mind. And obviously, would I say jealousy or anything like that, you literally focus on the short term. And obviously, I don't know why am I that mood. And it's very hard to move on when you're like that. So when you have like that, it is something where it actually makes my whole day just looping back and forth. And it's basically just her shop just opened, basically. Like my partner's shop just opened. I don't know why my heart just sank down. And I get a bit laughed on, all the jokes, and I'm taking it a bit serious. We've separated because of the shop issue. I won't go into details, and I felt like, as a man of a household, you're meant to protect your family, which I'm not here to complain that we live in this equality. But if the mutual not listening or X, Y, and Z, and you warn them that if you follow that path, there's gonna be failure, but their eyes are not open. And this is where it becomes in relationship, like you can't always stop the person from whether it's from their urge or someone forced them to do it, or perhaps it's something that of the whole thing. And I guess it's about a bit of control. Like in my situation, I have a 2-year-old daughter, and now we're doing this. There's no attention to be made on my daughter. And that is something that I look back and I see maybe everyone's upbringing is different. And when I saw her community, they're all like that. So that is normal in their eyes. Where I'm just a different story, where I have to take my daughter to speech therapist, where she struggled to speak, or she can't get, she have her lingo, but she's not speaking out. Where it's just so much to go through, like the past within the relationship. You put your guard down, you do whatever you can to support the family, happy wife, happy life, that sort of motto. It's just a constant battle going through, and I'm just there, try to protect and try to be the best within our family unit has been removed and taken away. That feeling is very hard for me to explain to you guys. That mixed emotion. That this business is going downhill because one is everyone is using cards. Two, her industry for nail salon is the fact that the nails prices cannot increase, because when it increased, they will go to another competitor who does the cheapest nails, and it's just been saturated in that field. And the reason why I'm not complaining, the only thing I'm complaining is the fact that for the last 10 years, it only went up probably $5 or $6. And if everyone's using card tap, and then you got this, what is that word? Equality, equal pay, where the government is introducing same job, same pay. I've been seeing, like, I've been, doing this type of videos in the past about, underpayment and how the government is cracking down on debts and things like that. And another area you won't know is the fact that, correct me if I'm wrong, I believe I don't know if that's the right one, 30% goes to tax under whatever the bracket, and it's 45%. Like, I understand you get your 10% GST and everything, but also you got to add 1.5% on the surcharge on the card. That's coming out of the owner. And another one is the fact that you got that, and what else? And you got wages as well, you got bills, you got rent. And I don't think she understands like how much is outgoing before she has money in her back pocket, because of seeing other peers are doing the same thing, and she follows what other people are doing. But what I explained to her is that this is going to be a different era. It's going to be a different era because next year Australia's going to go cashless. So it's going to be harder and harder to crack it down. Government is clamping it really, really hard. And as a provider, you wanted to ensure, to minimize, maximize, give them advice. This is what's going to go down. And next couple of years, you have to jack it up 20% or 30% all your stuff. Doesn't believe. And it's the more you explain, the more you try to protect, it doesn't get to that way. They won't listen. And my accountant's been telling me all the small business cannot survive nowadays because everyone's using cards nowadays. So I don't want to come across in this video that me whining, but it just feels like to be a fatherhood, a provider, breadwinner for the family, there's no control on talking about it. And obviously she's not going to listen. Obviously she's going to learn from the hard way. And I shared my hard experiences to earn $22,000 tax as an employee, not an employer, just for her to understand that, when she's gonna earn 100k, 30k or the 35k goes to tax, or maybe more, depending how high is the making this the income. And it just, for me, it just hits really hard. Like, I see those who are many families out there who try their best to raise their family, do X, Y, and Z, raise their kid up. Unfortunately, I was married to a culture that is known to hustle, making money, don't worry about the kid's future, where we are a lot more ahead of us for the AI. And me being separated, I have to reevaluate myself. And the problem being separated is stick to the plan, because you can see, you felt like your grass is not greener on the other side. And this is where it becomes all these mixed emotion that I'm having right now. It's very complicated, even deeper. I maybe only solved maybe half of it because I contribute a lot to the shop. Maybe I didn't have any recognition or anything like that. I don't know. There's a lot. Maybe I only discovered 20 or 30% what I'm discussing and how I'm feeling right now. But that is something that I've never experienced, this feeling. Like, I should be happy and joy. She's settled. The business goes well. Doesn't matter. I have to look back in my life and, build my empire, my own now. But when you separate it and try to stick to the plan, try to move forward, this sort of stuff that really invested you. And I'm not here to complain. I'm just here to evaluate myself. It is something that is my first time to experience this, like, in a way that is not really triggered. Maybe because I invested a lot on building the shop and having that. Just the venom is releasing at the moment. I don't know. It just feels like a lot to go through, and it's not related to that. And also, I understand where is this going to go to. Like, if my child is sick in childcare or school, she's unable to pick it up. She's so invested in the business. I'm unable to walk out my job because I got people's lives. In my field, I cannot walk out at all. I failed my duty of care straight away. I put my client on risk already. It's just like that. It's just a lot going on. Everyone has a different journey when they have separated or divorced, or when you have kids in the picture. It just, for me, it just finds it very, very difficult to comprehend and stay to the plan, even though I've already knew what it's going to be like. But it just feels like, as a man nowadays, you really can't put your guard down because of when you married or you have kids, it's not the end. Whether it's the woman keep changing her mind or whether the family influencing the whole stuff, it doesn't end. When you're dating, before you marry, this is the best part ever. But once you're married and everything like that, it becomes down south. And also, the spending is a lot higher. When I was a kid, I always wonder why newly married people or those who become really successful, buying houses left, right, and center, obviously getting a larger debt. Obviously, you have 2 income holders. But now with the cost of living and everything, it's just, what is 5,000 is nothing nowadays. 7,000 is nothing nowadays. 10,000 is nothing nowadays. And it's just going to keep on going up. And it's the whole thing, you can't live small. And the whole thing is like, the lifestyle and everything like that. And it's hard for me to explain over here, but it is what it is. I guess what I can say is the fact that in a relationship, you can't keep on stopping. You can save as much as you can, but sometimes you have to let it go and let it happen. But the problem now is the fact that money is a lot more important than ever than before, because everyone view money is a lot bigger. And I made a video in the past for saying, like, those who are high, money is very high and everything like that. You look at money above God, above everyone. It becomes like a business. It changes people's mindset. I know it's not the right elaboration, but I'm trying to squeeze it down. But it's just the fact that mixed emotions that are really underestimated. And I think that it's going to be more to come. I don't think this is just the beginning. Not even the beginning. Like, I went through mental health in my life. I went through like suicidal thoughts and things like that. But this part is like, I don't know. It just feels like unhinged, Anyways, that's just the video. It just, I don't know how I elaborated. Like, my landlord keeps saying that I have to focus on myself first. It's just so much to go through.